When you have this face-to-face with death, you instantly lock into, what are you doing?
Me to record a video explaining why your mom thinks I'm hot. Here it is. I was on a show called That.
Once hailed as the ultimate nice guy of Hollywood, Ashton Kutcher is now at the center of a chilling web of scandals. From his unsettling role in a murder trial to ties with embattled figures like Diddy and Danny Masterson, old clips are resurfacing, raising questions that fans can no longer ignore. Was it all hiding in plain sight? And what does it say about the dark underbelly of fame? Grab your tea, because we're breaking it all down. And trust me, this one goes deep. The murder trial that changed everything. Let's start with the case that recently brought Ashton back into the public eye, the trial of Michael Gargiulo, infamously known as the Hollywood Ripper. Back in 2001, Ashton was set to take his date, Ashley Ellerin, out for the night. But when he showed up to her house and no one answered, he peeked in and noticed red stains on the carpet. He assumed it was spilled wine, left, and thought nothing more of it. Until hours later, Ashley was found brutally murdered. Years later, Ashton testified in the murder trial. He admitted to freaking out once he realized his fingerprints were all over the front door. Now, on paper, this seems like an unfortunate coincidence. But here's where it gets weird. Fans were disturbed by how casually Ashton recalled seeing the wine stains, which we now know were blood. Some questioned why he didn't report anything. Others speculated whether more details were left unsaid. Audience engagement. If you were in Ashton's shoes, would you have assumed it was wine, or would alarm bells have gone off? Let me know in the comments, because the internet is split. Chrissy's message to Mila and the resurfaced clips. This brings us to Mila Kunis, Ashton's wife and longtime friend. Recently, Chrissy Teigen made headlines for a cryptic message she sent Mila, saying, "I pray you begin to process what you experienced as a child on that set. Your old interviews are very telling." And guess what? They are telling. Clips are now resurfacing of Ashton and Mila's early days on That 70s Show, when Mila was just 14 years old and their first kiss happened on set. In a behind-the-scenes interview, Ashton jokes about kissing a teenager, clearly uncomfortable, but it happened anyway, for the cameras. And then there's this moment from Ashton's show Punk'd, when 15-year-old Hilary Duff appears. Ashton introduces her by saying she's one of the girls we're all waiting for to turn 18. Yes, he said that. On national TV. Now, maybe it was meant to be edgy humor back then, but watching it now, it's creepy. And it makes you wonder how much of this behavior was just normalized. Daveigh Chase and Diddy's party culture. Speaking of creepy, remember Daveigh Chase? The terrifying girl from The Ring. Yeah, that girl. At just 12 years old, she was already a rising star. But a resurfaced 2003 clip shows a now 54-year-old Diddy casually inviting her to his MTV after-party while holding a drink. Diddy, who is now facing a growing mountain of allegations involving trafficking, abuse, and more, is seen smiling and chatting with a literal child. And next to him, a then 25-year-old Ashton Kutcher, who had just presented Daveigh with an award on stage. This wasn't some backstage misunderstanding. This was a child actress being casually invited into a world she should have never been near. And it's not a stretch to say this moment now hits very differently. Audience hook. Did you see this clip when it aired? Would you have thought anything of it back then? Be honest, we're reevaluating a lot of moments from the early 2000s lately. Brittany Murphy's tragic story. Now let's talk about someone who never got to tell her side of the story. Brittany Murphy. She and Ashton dated after starring in Just Married, and even wore matching rings, sparking rumors of an engagement. But in 2009, Brittany suddenly collapsed in her bathroom. Her official cause of death? Pneumonia, anemia, and multiple prescription medications. No illegal drugs. Still, fans weren't convinced. Even stranger, the house where she died. She bought it from Britney Spears, who allegedly sold it because she believed it was haunted. Britney herself later said she felt a dark energy in the home. And then, 5 months later, Britney's husband, Simon Monjack, died in the exact same house. Same causes, same bathroom, same bed. Her mother blamed toxic mold. Authorities dismissed it. But between the eerie history of the house and the fact that 2 people died under identical conditions in less than half a year, something doesn't add up. So what are we really looking at here? Is this just a string of dark coincidences? Or is it a pattern that's been hidden by Hollywood's glitzy exterior for decades? Ashton Kutcher, the goofy heartthrob, defended Danny Masterson after his conviction for assault. He's been seen rubbing shoulders with Diddy, even attending his infamous parties. So now, I want to hear from you. Do you think Ashton Kutcher's reputation has been unfairly dragged? Or is he finally being seen for who he really is? Do you believe in the haunted house theory around Brittany Murphy's death? And what do you think really goes on behind the scenes of Hollywood's red carpets? The truth always comes out, even if it takes decades. Until then, we'll keep connecting the dots and asking the questions no one else wants to. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss what we uncover next. Hit that like button if this video opened your eyes. And hey, if you've got theories of your own, drop them in the comments. Let's get into it.